I'm cracking up because earlier, because it is so windy, I think I had a moment of madness. I nearly did this strip down in my lounge at home. I'm going to show you the clip here now. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Unfortunately, I'm back in my dirty old garage. I don't want to be in here, but it's the only place where I can really work on my little projects. So I am currently looking for a workshop which has electric and, you know, proper lighting and stuff. Unfortunately, where I live, they're really hard to come by, plus they're bloody expensive, and usually they're not what you want. So until I find something a lot better than what I've got, unfortunately, you're just gonna have to put up with this. But anyway, I'm back in here with the Yamaha Jog. Now, as you can see, this bad boy is in need of a restoration. It needs a good strip down. I want to get all of these plastics taken off. And then what I'm going to do after that is, once these are off, get them sprayed up. I'm not so sure about what I'm going to do with tuning yet. That will come later on. But I think for now, the best thing we can do is get it stripped down. Once it's stripped down, we can get the plastic sprayed. I'm going to get them done professionally. I was going to do it myself, but the thing is, these plastics here need to be painted with quite a tough finish, because obviously your feet go on here and they are likely to get scratched. If you don't know about this bike already, I bought it about a month ago. It runs fine, there's nothing really wrong with it. It runs like a dream. I want to turn it into something that looks really fresh and good. We'll get the seat sorted out as well. This rear rack's coming off. I've ordered sort of like a rear tail tidy with integrated lights and stuff. Now the thing is, I'm not sure what colour to go for with this, so if you've got any suggestions, please leave it down below in the comments area. I was thinking of going like a matte black with maybe a hint of silver or something. Plenty of ideas, but I'm keen to know what you guys think as well. Also, if you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get on with stripping the old beast down. Now, I don't even know the best way of doing this. I think by looking at it, it might be best to start with the seat. Let's take the seat off first, and then we'll take the rear rack off and all the lights and stuff like that. And then, yeah, let's see how it goes. Before we continue, I'm going to show you the storage underneath. Have a look at that. Carpet lined interior. Oh, the weapon, eh? Oh, so it just pops out like that. There we go. Nice and easy. Now, what they've done here, you can see, because all this is broken, they've used Jubilee clips to keep this rear rack on, which is terrible. I mean, it's done the job, but the bolts have sheared inside. So first thing I'm going to do is whack these two Jubilee clips out, and then hopefully that should start to release this rear rack. That's something I've done. That's proper bodging there. I never ever want to see these fuckers again. They've come back. Get rid. Come on, my hands are aching here. Done this one up tight. That's that gone. So let's see. There we go, exactly as I thought. And then we've got these, like, a couple of little rubber grommets. I'll keep hold of these. Now, what I normally do is a little tip. If you're ever doing a scooter restoration or something, I'll get a pot and I'll try and remember. Well, the easiest way normally is to get grip seal bags, little bags like that. You can either write numbers on them and take photos as you go, so you remember which ones go where, and just keep them in a tub. If not, just makes it a lot easier. Photos do help, I must say. I probably should take a few as I'm going, but as I'm recording this, I don't really need to. It's so windy today. I'm ever so sorry if you can hear it. I have got the dead cat on the camera, so it should keep the noise to a minimum. But we've got like a 13mm bolt there. I'm just going to wrench that off. Now, before I let this go, I'm going to want to unplug the electrics. So at the back, the electrical connections are just on bullet connectors. They look like they're colour coded, keep things nice and easy. Well, as I said, I'll be changing this anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Has all the indicators, the rear light, and the number plate on. Right, that's that little beauty off the bike. I don't think we'll be seeing this again. I think that's going to be it. I'm going to put this bolt back in its original hole because it's not secured to anything else by the looks of things. Just saves me losing one more thing, eh? Right, so now I'm going to take this panel off. I'm going to take these screws out first. Eventually we'll have to take the petrol cap off as well, because otherwise you won't be able to pull this panel off. Bloody lovely, mate. I suppose it's not too bad in here to work, but the thing is, obviously, until I get a better workshop, it's going to have to do. We'll take, this is the oil cover. We'll take that off. Just chuck that little screw in my pot as well. Just keep this out of the way for a minute. See these little lugs. We'll have to take the petrol cap off now, like I said. I don't recommend you have a cigarette whilst doing this if you're a smoker. Let's pop these lugs off. Okay, so before I continue and break anything, there are two screws underneath the plastic cover for the oil tank. This one, look, this panel looks like it's broken. That's not good, is it? So we've got a breakage here, nasty little breakage, and then we've obviously got this one here that needs to come out too. Let's take that out. I don't even need to unscrew that because obviously it's broken. Are we going to come out or not? Do you know what? I think we're going to have to take the two bolts out of the underseat storage container, which will release the seat, and then we'll be able to take it up. Bloody 10mm, mate. Where's the 10mm? Let's give, maybe an 11 will work. Let's have a look at 11. I think we are looking at a 10. I'm like the most unorganised person when it comes to like my socket sets, because what happens is I knock my bloody socket sets over and they go everywhere, so I end up putting them in a plastic bowl like that. So look, in here we've got two little 10mm. Don't tell me this all comes out as one. Christ almighty. Let's get rid of these. There's no way you're coming out unless I mean, see, don't copy me, because I'll be honest, I ain't got a clue. I've never touched one of these. This is completely raw footage. Let's have a go at taking the seat out first. Two bolts on that, one there. Two nuts actually, because they've got their own threaded bolts. Right, seat's off. That's ready for my mate James. If you're watching this, James, she's ready for you whenever you want to retrim her. Let's put them away. Right. Oh, look at that magic, she's out. Don't listen to me, don't copy me. But that's this panel. Now, obviously, it looks like it's been snapped at some point. I wonder whether, I might be able to plastic repair this, but the problem is as well, is it's missing a nice lump of plastic at the back. It should look like this, but unfortunately, this is how I bought it with a bit of damage on. So that's that off. What we'll do now, before we go any further, we'll put the petrol cap back on because I don't want to have any accidents. Solid petrol caps these. On my QT50, they're not this good. Right. Are we coming out today or not really? I don't know. Seems a bit strange, that one. Before we continue, let's get this one off. So I need an Allen key for that. Looks nice and easy. Oh God, the state of this thing under here. It looks absolutely dreadful. So they've used an Allen key bolt on that, and then they've used a Phillips screw on the rear. Bike fairings are funny things. That's that off. End of that. Okay, so this is the battery. Look at the battery on this. Is that connected to this panel? Mate, that is terrible. I'm sorry, but if that's connected to the seat, that's disgusting. Fuck's sake. Alright, let's get the battery out now. Battery's gonna have to go. Don't think, unless we take that off, that we can get to the next stage. I've just taken the terminals out there. Looks like it's got a flap on it, so I'll take this screw out of the cover. Cover comes out. It gets worse before it gets better usually. There's the battery. Now clearly the battery's fine because the bike runs and works, so we don't need to get rid of that. We can reuse that. I'm trying to do this restoration for as little as possible because I get a bit carried away usually. I spend fortunes on these bloody bikes and it's not always necessary. How are we getting you out there, mate? Looks like we've got a fuse holder or something under here. I don't know. Are you still on the phone? Oh Christ. And there's the fuse on that side. Looks like the fuel tank is also connected to the bottom of this plastic. So I'm going to have to take that out. So you can see right here, there's the pipes for the fuel tank and the oil tank, and then they'll no doubt go back to the carburettor. So I'm going to get a socket, take them 2 bolts out, and that should release that. It's almost like the wrong way round. They've made that a bit difficult to get to. This is where fuel starts pissing out because I get too heavy-handed. I should really have my gloves on, but we've got a spider living in there. Mate, how did you end up in here? Oh God, he's up one of them multicoloured ones. Probably from like Japan like 30 years ago. Got a Japanese spider living in there. Right, one more bolt. Come on, we can do it. I didn't really need to take this seat storage off. There goes that. I'm doing it because I'm probably going to clean and strip back everything underneath anyway, so I might as well do it. Because look at the state of that. That is grimy. Take this panel off. This mudguard is completely cracked. Look at the mudguard. Obviously this one piece part that I've ordered will be replacing all this, so we can take this out now. So I've got a couple of screws here. Go ahead and take them out. Hope for the best, you know. Chuck them in my pot. What the hell is that? That's probably for the battery actually. Or is it the overflow for the fuel? Probably the overflow. And then there's a screw here for this side panel again. Take that out. Take the wiring loop through. See, these just need to slot through. Things blowing over in here. Right, this we won't be seeing again either. That's going to be gone. It's going to be no more finito. Right, that can stay like it is. Oh, come on. That stand, that's had its day. Bless the stand. I mean, it's done a good job throughout the years it's been used, but the bike seems to do a wheelie. It normally sits like that when I park it up. It's really embarrassing. Not that I care, because I tend to like riding old, shitty bikes. There goes that. That's the rear sorted out. Take these fairings off now. 4 10mm bolts from what I can see. There's one. My legs are killing me today. It's really hard to sit in this position. I played football this week and last week, and it seems to me that when I play, we do like 7-a-side. That's the end of me for the rest of the week. I find it really hard to walk. That's another one. I'm cracking up because earlier, because it is so windy, I think I had a moment of madness. I nearly did this strip down in my lounge at home. I nearly done it. Right, that's that panel off. Nice and simple. She's starting to look like a right mess now, isn't she? Let's show you what we're dealing with quickly again. A little update. So that's all the back end off. You can see actually she's not in that bad condition for 30 years old, especially considering it's been in the UK for all that time. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take these screws, one here and one here, and then maybe this one, and then we have to see. I don't know how this panel comes off, but I'm assuming that's going to be how you do it. Oh, that looks like it takes off the front panel. 1, 2. What are we up to then? Are we? Got another one here, 3. Ignition barrel, that's going to be interesting. I might have to like twist this. Does it pull off? Come on. that pulls off. No, I didn't snap it, did I? Or was it already snapped? Because you won't find one of them again. That's the original. I think one of the lugs is broken, but I can sort that out. It's not a big deal. So get them off. Looks like you may have to take the front fairing panel off. The bit that looks like a shark's nose. I'll turn it round so you can get a good glimpse. Let's see. Are we going to be able to remove you without snapping anything? Ah, okay, so you've got to be careful here. This is where you have to not be heavy-handed. I've just noticed, we bring the bike around. So, I don't know if you can see on the camera, let me turn you. So, got the little Yamaha logo. I think these pop off either side. Have a quick look. There we go. And then behind there, there's a secret screw which keeps the shark's nose on. I'll take that out. And I'll do the same on the other side. Would you believe it? So you've just got to make sure you take them out. Basically, there's that screw, and there is the front panel. To be honest, I think this is in very good condition, so I'm quite happy with that. He's definitely going to get resprayed. And obviously this front end now, does it want to lift out? Seems like it. The thing that worries me though, when you take them out like this, like just then, once you've sprayed it and put it back on, that's when the damage happens. So you've got to be so careful. Well, I've got to be so careful that once I've resprayed this, it goes on nicely. But yeah, that's another panel off and ready. And then we've got this like scuttle pan or whatever it is. I'm going to leave that on, I think, for now. It doesn't need painting, so we can leave that there. So what we're doing now, we'll take all the handlebar plastics off and the headlight surrounds and indicators and stuff. So it looks like here we've got one screw, another screw. The guy bought it from, the guy put this massive cable tie around because the lugs were snapped apparently when he had this panel off. I don't even know why he took it off, but he snapped the lugs on this panel, which is annoying. He did give them to me, so I might be able to glue them back on so you don't have to have that stupid cable tie around it. But this is the thing, isn't it? Because you can't get parts for these so easy, you have to sort of make do or try and repair it yourself. Right. Now this is the mess behind here. Looks nice and simple. Plug that. Like so. Headlight one, and then the right indicator plug. Job's a good one. Now the next thing, I'm gonna have to pop the headlight out of the plastics because I can't spray that with that on it. So looks like we've got 3 screws here. The indicators are the same, we've got 2 here, 2 here. But to make my life easier and to speed things up, I'll grab my impact driver. I'm going to miss riding this for a while because it's been, I'll tell you what, it's been bloody good fun, this thing. Then another, and another. And there's your headlight. This may well be glass. A lot of the older Japanese scooters had glass headlights, so I'm going to have to be very careful of that. Don't want to smash that. Right, there's these little lugs as well. So I always, because if you take this to a spray booth, you can guarantee a few of these will go missing. So just take them all off, make your life a lot easier. There's one screw, another one off, and then another screw. And take the lovely little indicator out. We've got the same this side. So there's another panel ready for the sprayers. Take that out of the way, throws it on the floor. And then this one, you have to take the mirror off, that ghastly looking mirror. Sometimes you can just twist them and they'll just come like so. I don't think that's going back on either. Doesn't look too good, does it? What I'm going to do, I don't want to disconnect the clocks from the connection on the wheel and stuff like that, on the cables. So I'm going to unscrew it from the plastics themselves, otherwise I'm just creating unnecessary work for later on. We've got one screw on the light shroud, another one, so just 3 screws by the looks of things. Right, so, and that's that panel. Right, one thing I have just noticed, the rear transmission cover is plastic. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly whip that off as well, because that can be resprayed. So you have to quickly take that kickstart lever off. What I tend to find after years of being under, they do stiffen up. So I normally put a little screwdriver, just twist it a little bit, and then wiggle it. Let's give her a little bit of WD. There we go. She's finally off. So that's the kickstart off. Whiz this cover off. What I've seen a lot of guys do is clean these up and leave them polished. That might well be an option, but I kind of like keeping things with the original purpose, so we'll see. Leave them in there for now, and that's one cover and some foam. Right, so that's all of the plastics off, ready for spraying. Here they all are, just laying down here like so. Now, the bike as it stands, it's not in, I don't think, in need of a full restoration like I've done with my QT50s. I think I can clean the frame up, get rid of any little rust spots, rubbing them down if there is any, cleaning all the oil up, tidying up anything that needs doing and giving it a good clean. One thing I don't like the look of is this exhaust. Now you can see that's in better days, it's very rusty. The end tip is sort of like corroded off, so we'll probably get a new exhaust for it. The wheels, these are showing signs of rust as well, so what we'll do, we'll take them off, take the tyres off, get them powder coated for sure. The forks themselves don't look too bad from what I can see. Like I say, it's just dirt and probably bits of rust, so they'll clean up all right. Give the bike a service as well. I mean, like I say, it does run really well already, it runs fine. I may try and get hold of a new centre stand, or if there is a side stand option, I may well opt for that, because I do like the side stands, they look pretty decent on scooters. And then tuning. I was thinking about doing like a 70cc bore kit, upgrading all the rollers and stuff, but I think right now the most important thing is get the plastics sorted out. I may even buy new plastics for where they've been broken, get all this cleaned up, looking nice and fresh, get the wheels off, get them powder coated, new exhaust, and then yeah, see how she looks. Now, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I also want to know what colour do you guys think I should go for on this bike. I've got some ideas, but I'm not 100% certain yet. I'll let you guys leave a comment below and let me know. But I think that's going to be it for this episode, and yeah, I'll post another video soon with an update on what we do next. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.